You don't know me at all. G'day, Groover. And good morning, everybody. Just standing here on my porch. I was trying to do the camera on me so I could say thank you to everyone. The reason for this live. Oh, hang on a sec. I've just got to sort the bracket out. Hang on, I can do this. Thank you, everyone, for your incredible support. Appreciate it. Do you want to go for a walk on the beach? Let's go. Probably gave you all my chins then, but I don't care. I'm going to go for a walk on the beach. It looks sunny at the moment where we're standing, but trust me, there's a lot of clouds in the sky. I've always relied on the kindness of strangers. Yes, indeed. And the kindness of strangers is certainly very apparent on my channel for the last few days, especially regarding my friend Karen. And I really want to thank everyone for that. I know I've got a few newbies to my channel, and you may decide after hanging out with us for a day or two that we're too chilled out for you guys, because I'm not really a drama channel or anything like that. But if I need to defend a friend, I'm a little lioness. Hey, Davis, thank you for all of your comments. Appreciate it, mate, and all the support too. And for you guys sharing my video and stuff like that to help get the truth out about Karen. Really appreciate it. And so does she. So does she. If that video, the first video of his being taken down by YouTube, well, that's awesome. Or if he did it, maybe he has got a conscience. But yeah, really appreciate it and really loving getting to meet some of that community. But I think a lot of you will find my channel, my normal channel content, the usual stuff I do, it might all be a little bit mellow and too chilled out, because I live in Tasmania, gorgeous little island at the bottom of Australia, and we pretty much go for walks on the beach, drives in the countryside, we go on little adventures, I do some cooking. Sometimes we might tackle a particular subject, but yeah, it might be a bit chill for everyone. But I just wanted to thank you guys for your support and helping getting the word out there. Thank you, You Don't Know Me, for recommending my channel to you. Oh, Karen, hi, how are you? There's no way in hell I'm going to hear from him. Are you kidding? Oh, dear. What a deluded world it is. And I know there's a lot of people that have been trying to bring his channel down for years. I wasn't naive about that before my friend Karen got thrown into the mix. But it's not a mission I want to take on board. I'm happy to support people when I can, but yeah, I just don't have the time to join that army. But I wasn't oblivious to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Mellow and chill is good, and it is a really beautiful community. So maybe some of you guys will be like, oh, we might go and hang out with Tori and her community from time to time, because you'll get a lot of love here, a lot of love. I probably even was a little bit too gentle on AD and what's her name? I just call her Mad now. Ironic. Michelle After Dark. Because it's not my nature to be an aggressive, nasty piece of shit. As much as I have a fire in my belly, I do try to be nice. Hello, beautiful Ruth. But let's head down to Park Cafe, grab a coffee. I'll show you a little bit of where I live. Beautiful, beautiful beach down here. It looks a long way away because you guys get a panoramic view, but this is the beach where I live, and it's the top of the sand dunes are literally 150 metres at the end of, like, down to the end of my street, and we're on the dunes. But yeah, for some reason it looks like it's a million miles away. It's hard rubbish week here. I've got hard rubbish as well. I feel so sorry for Gina who bought that house, because the former resident left all that crap. That's her clearing away stuff the previous owner left behind. But yeah, later on today, I'm putting my hard rubbish out. It's meant to rain at 4 o'clock tonight, which is a bit of a bummer because, I mean, it's hard rubbish. It's rubbish, but I don't have a lot of stuff. I probably do hard rubbish twice a year, if that. I don't even think I did it last year with COVID. Maybe I did once. Yeah, maybe once a year I do it. You did get here in time for coffee. We're off to Park Cafe. The time difference with the States kind of sucks. Yeah, look, it does. It's really hard from a creator's perspective. Like for me being in Australia, the times that I want to talk about subjects that are relevant, like say with AD and being in the UK, it's like, Ruth can vouch. It'll be crazy o'clock for me to have to get up out of bed to go live. So, but I have put my live up the other day that I did the drive when the whole story about Karen, the day I got sent the photo of AD's live with me up on his screen. Fortunately for me, I was in the bottom of the screen, so it was pretty much my forehead for most of it. But I've put it back up because I wanted to take it down and give Karen an opportunity to respond to the ridiculousness, and then I popped it back up. So a few people that may have been jokingly saying, I can't believe you think he's true crime. I've never thought he's true crime. If you go back to that live, I actually call him a pindick, a wimp, a pussy. I keep saying he's got a tiny dick, and I refer to his subscribers who are blindly following him and spreading his bullshit fucktards. So, yeah, don't worry. I'm not completely naive in that regard, but I also don't want to fuck with them a lot either. I just wanted to help Karen clear her name. I can't believe Michelle After Dark keeps saying, you're just here to promote your channel, and if she wants to talk to me, she can email me direct. What deluded planet are you living on, lady? You have fully doxed her. I didn't dox anyone. It's all public information. Yeah, I don't know about that, lady. Rummaging around on somebody's Facebook profile, putting pictures of them out there, naming their employer, their job, that's doxing. Information's public about everyone. It's what you do with it that makes it become a dox, you dickhead. So beautiful. At the Jersey Shore, people have to have special homeowners insurance after Superstorm Sandy. Oh, I remember Sandy. It's midnight, just in time for morning coffee. He's busy painting another bullseye on NK tonight. Oh, we're all safe. Yeah, did she ask Karen before she posted? Nope. Karen, that's funny actually that you say tell her you're a friend and a lawyer, because I nearly thought, but there's a lot of cross-jurisdictional issues obviously, but I nearly thought about going back on there and saying, as her lawyer and legal representative, any correspondence communications needs to go through me. And then I thought, no, because, I talk openly about what I do for a living and probably shouldn't, but I do. But yeah, I don't want to feed them any more info. I hope that I'm glad that the original live that AD did is gone. I'm glad the one that's still up there, her information is now blurred out. There are people in his chat going, the information's blurred so we can't read it. Well, duh. Oh my God. Imagine if it happened to any of them. You wouldn't hear the friggin' end of it. But he's never going to speak to me about it. I don't know if it was you, Davis, or somebody else, but someone was saying, yeah, it's a bit of a problem with strong women. So the chances of him even approaching me behind the scenes, I would say, would be very unlikely. Look, I explored YouTube when I got interested in the Chris Watts case, just like anyone else. And I did watch different channels. And at some point I stumbled across his and he gave me the heebie-jeebies. So it's blown me away how many subscribers he's ended up accruing, and the amount of money he's allegedly making is disgusting when he's, potentially putting people in danger and even the rubbish is tidy here. Yeah, everyone is very neat here with their hard rubbish. My pa will be very tidy. He'd never go on a panel or speak to anyone that he can't control. They're fake numbers, but the money's atrociously high. It's still disturbing. It's still disturbing. And, not really a good advertisement for the future of the human race either. Because his supporters actually scared me more than him the other night. Not scared, but the way it's scary to see the way they embellished everything he was saying. And then there's all these other people going, yeah, it's terrible, and buying into it. George Orwell in 1984 was very correct and prophetic when he wrote about how governments dumb down populations so that people become sheeple, follow blindly and don't question anything. And AD's channel is living proof of that. And as for Mad, I mean, wow. Even her attitude with me on there is ridiculous. Absolutely no accountability, no self-awareness, no realisation she's possibly crossed a few lines. Nothing. Unbelievable. And she's got 6,000 views on that video. So there's 6,000 views who now think my friend Karen is someone she's not. Awesome. Awesome. Patreon is where he takes it in. There's zombies. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to start slamming them all and have them come after me, but they can come after me online, but I doubt anyone's going to jump on a plane and fly to Tasmania to meet me. But if they do, I'll be like, do you want to go and grab a beer or a coffee? Let's go. Come on, Groover. Yeah, throw in social media and you get a total shit show. I feel the same way about them too. You don't know me at all. I popped into Mallory's right at the very end. She didn't say hello to me. But anyway, I noticed with you, she goes, you don't know me, which is another great song too. But as you know, I'm the Ben Folds. You don't know me at all. Yeah, the biggest channels on YouTube are usually the ones that have me scratching my head, wondering why in the hell they have so many subscribers and views and people watching them. But, I'll put my hand up and admit that I am a train wreck viewer and guilty of probably boosting quite a few channels that just leave me gobsmacked. But there are other ones that after a while you've just got to go, you just have to question. I just can't understand why people don't question anything. And he oozes wrongness out of the channel, like his arrogance and his opinion of himself as he's saying things that are just absolute bullshit. It blows my mind. How can you be so disconnected from the reality of who you are? Sitting there lying your pants off and at the same breath saying you're the detective and you've worked all this stuff out, which we all know he doesn't. It's people behind the scenes that do his work for him. And anyone that dares challenge him, they get blocked and timed out. Like, I mean, seriously, the guy is pathetic. He's pathetic. But as long as they move on from Karen and leave her the fuck alone, because if they don't, I'm not going away. I'll keep talking about this jerk. Lots of folks sing your name many different ways. Yeah, YouTube is proof the world has gone mad. Ben Folds in Perth has been played a zillion times by me. Oh, look, Ben Folds with the Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra, there is nothing better. He collaborates with them. I've seen him do it twice now, or 3 times actually. After I've grabbed a coffee, and we're just going to go up on the bluff because I'd like we've got Davis who may or may not still be around, but with some new people popping in, I really want to show everyone new to the channel, the view from the bluff, so we'll just wander up there. What do you reckon, Grievous? I thought about going round to the whale watching bit, but we might just do the bluff. My little fingies are a bit cold. It's a bit brisk this morning. I've got a beanie on. I'll be putting you in down low while I go in and get my coffee too, by the way. Actually, it's Sunday. Let's get a treat. What if they're donuts or something? What do you reckon? Should we have a treat? Sunday. Let's get a treat. But you just chat amongst yourselves and remind me when I come back out, I do have to tell you about something that happened to Karen overnight, which is pretty creepy. Hey, how you doing? Can I get a takeaway latte, please, and one of the that you custard one? Yeah. Yes, please. God, this song's hilarious on a lovely Sunday morning. What is Shazam? What is it? It's great. Mix of happy tunes. Oh, really? Okay, well, that's kooky. I'll go and hover outside. Get out of the way of all the pumpkins. Thank you. Oh, you're still with me. I thought I'd hung up on you. One of my members of my community just tried to call me, which is weird. I don't know if they knew I was live or not. We are in your live. You coming? Huh? Is that? Do I have two lives happening or something? Help me out here. What's going on? Let me see what I've missed. Hey guys, before that though, check out this donut. They're the best donuts in the world, so it's a custard-filled donut. Look at it with its little floral on the top. How cute is that? It's calorie-free because it was made with love. There's nothing fattening about this donut at all. Isn't that the prettiest donut you've ever seen in your life? Mm-mm-mm. And they don't skimp on the custard either. Oh shit, I didn't take coffee orders. Hey Kimberly. Hey blooming accents. Outback Outlaw. G'day. Oh. Yeah. Now somebody told me about you too, Outback Outlaw. It was all bad. So bad. They were like, oh my God. No, it was really good. I was asking for recommendations for channels that are on Camp Obliterate AD, and your name came up in chat. I'd love to chat with you sometime, mate. Whale watching is fun, but it is cold. We can whale watch from the beach down here. If I spot some down in the oceans, although this isn't the right time of year, they're normally she'll go and sit in front of the fire pot for a minute. They're normally more like August, September, when it's sort of heading into summer. Yeah, last hole. Okay, guys, we've done fire pot. This is another thing Tassie does really well. Lots of cafes and pubs and bars and stuff have fire pots. This is throwing off a lot of heat. It's lovely. In fact, I don't even want to leave this spot. Fireside chats with Tori. I'm keeping my voice down a bit because there's people here that are probably looking at me like I'm insane. No, it was all good. Outback Outlaw, you were recommended. I'm pretty sure it's you. Was your wife a mod for AD? Former mod? What? Francesca, we're waiting for Tori. I'm here. Can you not hear me or something? They must be able to because Outback's... This is so weird. You're freaking me out. I don't know what you're... Explain yourself, Francesca. I can't answer the call when I'm on a live, Groover. People must be with me. What? I'm so confused. This is really confusing me. Someone keeps ringing me to say they're waiting for me. I'm here, sitting in front of a fire pot. Can someone say that, like, they've seen my donut that I'm about to eat, or they've been in the coffee shop with me, or they can see a fire pot at the moment? People were commenting earlier on how neat the hard rubbish is. So... That's all right. Yeah. She gave him loads of money. She was a director. Really? What? I'm live on YouTube, but you're not in the shot. No, that's okay. I won't be here for long. I'm just waiting for my coffee, so you can.
We'll get photo bomb if you like.
I was going to say, just don't talk about anything super personal right now because they'll hear you.
Well,
have you been to Campbell's before?
No.
See, we saw the donut.
Well, if the water system that pulls over into Waterfall Bay.
Fran might be able to think.
The walks to Campbell's.
Yeah, because what did she just say? Welcome everyone. We're waiting for Tori.
Yeah. And then
only one live running that I can see. You just said to comment. Bruce, look at your typos. I think that we're on the same stream. People on YouTube said, "G'day, fire folks," to you too.
Hey.
We're
just looking for bush.
Oh, how long? Thanks, Outback Outlaw. So you're an outlaw, are you? Where do you live? Inner city Melbourne? Ruth needs coffee. Look, you're doing well to even be functioning, but I'm still confused about these phone calls and messages in my chat. Like, it looks like some subs are... I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Do not know what is going on. Operator error. Thank you very much. Have coffee, have donut, let's go.
No,
Western Australia. Nice. God, you're up nice and early then. Far northwest. Wow. You really are in the outback. Yeah, a bit early in the morning. Oh, what is it? 7:30 a.m. Is that right? It's only 2 hours now. Have a good hike. And I'm just going to put my donut into my bag. I'm organised. I brought a little bag. Makes carrying things easier with holding a tripod and a coffee as well. Okay, let's go up on the bluff and we'll sit on my little spot, my thinking spot, and have a chat. Next time I go live, I'll take everyone for more of an explore. This is a bit of a stroll with a coffee and a donut. She's totally out of sync with the rest of us. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. It sounds like I'm only live on one stream and yeah. I haven't even had a sip of my coffee yet and I'm confused. But anyway, you guys all seem pretty happy and I've got a donut, so we'll carry on. Yeah, there are different time zones. There's 3. Well, there's actually kind of 4 because there's Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is Tasmania, Victoria, New South Wales. And then Queensland, which is right up the top. They don't observe daylight saving. So we're actually in sync with Queensland at the moment. But over summer, they're an hour behind us. Then you've got South Australia and the Northern Territory in the middle stripe. Like if you painted Australia like a French flag with 3 vertical stripes, so the eastern seaboard's on the right, obviously, then you've got in the middle SA and the Northern Territory, South Australia and the Northern Territory. They're in their own time zone. They're half an hour behind us, where I am. And then you've got Western Australia, where Outback Outlaw is. They've got their own time zone. And they're currently 2 hours behind here, but in summer they're 3 hours behind. What other stream? Hello, gorgeous. What other stream? Have I got a second stream or something? I mean, I did set up this stream on my laptop, which I've done before. And then when I go into StreamYard on my phone, it's sitting there, and then I just click on the link and enter the studio. But I didn't enter the studio on my laptop. So I don't know how there could be 2. I'll just let these people go past and just look at the trees. I'm just letting you girls go past. Don't know if you want to be on YouTube. Sorry about the confusion. Oh my God, I've just got my coffee. Thank you, Park. It's too hot for me to even have a sip yet. And I'm like, I can't brain this. Can't brain it. So anyway, everyone's good now, I reckon. We're all good. We're going to go to my thinking spot. I'm going to eat the donut. Oh my God, it looks so good. It's a pretty little donut. And we're going to chat. But the purpose of this live was actually to thank so many people. It was you. I'll forgive you, gorgeous. You know that. Hey, Scout. Scout, you're so cute. Every time you come into chat, you throw up all the yellow hearts for Sunny. Oh, I've got to tell you about her too. Oh my God, she was exhausted yesterday after having, and we'll talk about it when we sit in my spot. She is so cute. Hey, Red Rum True Crime, you're one of the people I'm thanking in this live. I'm not naming everyone, but yeah. On behalf of Karen, and I can say that because we've been chatting this morning, and she's been saying a few things, and one thing was she's really touched. She's touched by how reasonable and fair so many people have been. She's really touched that a lot of you are helping point out, the bullshit on Michelle and AD's channels. It really means a lot to her and to all of us as well. So, yeah. Look at this, guys. This is my front yard. The beach where I live. There's a few surfers out this morning. It's meant to rain today, but not till like 4 o'clock. So, and here's my little spot on the edge of the cliff. I'm safe though. I'm a long way away from the edge of the cliff. Oh, there's a paddle boarder out there too. It's the best thinking spot, yes. Oh yeah, I've got to put some more photos of Sunny up on her Instagram. I'm doing a couple a week. I think that's fair enough. She's more private than Biscuit. Biscuit wanted everyone to see her every day and what she was up to, whereas Sunny's quite happy to, you know, just chill out. But yeah, it's a beautiful thinking spot. I remember some of you were with me a couple of weeks ago and I was sitting on the thinking spot and this super hot dude with his kid and a couple of surfboards, and they stopped and had a chat with me as well. I was like, it's not just a good spot. It's also a good spot to meet nice people. Hi, Joe Madro. Isn't it gorgeous? I'd love to see Hawes one day. You don't know me. That's what she said. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it, Red Rum? But I really just wanted to thank all of you for, I mean, you don't know me from a bar of soap. You probably would never have even heard of me if it wasn't for what AD and Michelle did to my friend. And also that if he hadn't have stuck my head up on his channel too, like putting a photo up with a panel with me sitting up on there was a bit freaky, got to say. But I just wanted to thank you all. There's been some really beautiful comments left overnight. I told Karen to have a look at all of your comments as well, just to reassure her that, you know, it's not a case of people believing him and nobody questioning anything. Yes, his subscribers are like that, but she is incredibly grateful and feels very loved. And on behalf of her and also myself and also her other close friends who I know as well, who, you know, we're all so gutted for her this has happened. It's a big relief to all of us, and a lot of you have just been kind enough to reach out and reassure us and support her in particular. So thank you very much. My thinking spot is beautiful too. No, that made me laugh. My thinking spot could be a euphemism for all sorts of things now. All right, gonna get this donut. So what I wanted to say though, before I get into my donut, and we're glad Francesca has landed on Planet Traces of Nuts. The name of my channel really sucks. When I try to do serious stuff, like respond to that, I kind of was thinking, yeah, I don't know if people are going to take me seriously with a name like that. But anyway, and especially because Karen's surname is a bit like the word almond. I was like, yeah, we're the Nutters. And I think someone even wittily came up with that on Michelle After Dark's channel. But, you know, even Karen, in the middle of all of this happening to her with her grandchildren, her son, everyone being exposed and so on, even she was able to laugh about it. And that's what the Traces of Nuts really is about. It's still being able to laugh at ourselves. And even when we think things couldn't get any worse and something else happens, we can still keep laughing. Hey, Ozzy, good to see you. Now the donut, yeah, I was tasking everyone to say if they'd seen the donut, because I'm like, I'm clearly live. People are talking and responding to me. And then I was like, has everyone seen my donut? It was my way of proving that it wasn't me, it was you. I don't think I can answer Messenger either or phone calls when I'm live. I mean, I could, but I think it'd cut off my live, you know. Oh, you just finished watching it. The one when I was driving or the one I did with Karen, Ozzy? But yeah, it's crazy. So true, Joe Madre. I mean, the ocean, surf and a donut and a coffee. And I'm not going to eat the donut. I'm not going to eat it while I'm live because I just realised you're just going to be listening to me sitting here chomping on a donut. Go ASMR or whatever it is on you guys. I had to put the box on its side in my bag. So it had a bit of a collision, but I'm going to show you the donut. Look at that, people. It's a vanilla custard filled, handmade, baked donut with a floral garnish. Yum. The water's actually still pretty good. It's not really, really super cold yet. Most of the people down there, their wetsuits would be 5 millimeter at the moment. Even in the middle of winter, like my wetsuit is 7 mil on my chest, because that's the important bit to keep warm for me. And then the rest of my wetsuits are only 5 mil. So, they're not like wetsuits that people wear down in the Antarctic or anything like that. The water would be cold, but the payoff is. Yeah, doesn't the donut look great? Oh, a nice donut emoji. Oh, MLG, you mean MGL? She does eat live all the time. Clutch my pearls, that is a fancy donut. Oh, you freeze at 16 degrees. Yeah, I mean, look, Tassie, mainlanders think Tassie is absolutely freezing. And I mean, I am sitting here in no sun at the moment, in a beanie. It's brisk, but I'm not cold. Like, it's not freezing. I'm wearing, I've got my blunnies. I've got my yoga pants. I've got a jumper on, but it's halfway at my arm. I've got a beanie on, but I'm not cold. I'm not cold. It's not freezing. It's not like I'm wearing a bloody. I'm not wearing a Tasmanian. What do we call them? A Tassie tuxedo. The black puffer jackets. Not wearing one of those. Cute boots. Yeah, they're cool, aren't they? Can you see on the tag? It's got Tasmania, Australia, and don't give me a hard time about how bally my or the pilling on my Explorer socks. That's just what they do. But yeah, so these boots are made in Tas. Well, they're not anymore. Well, they are still, but they're owned by a non-Tasmanian company, unfortunately. But normally they're work boots, but sometimes they do ones with different coloured, the elastic bit. So yeah, I've got the girly ones, and these ones, a percentage of these ones goes to breast cancer research too. They're so snug, especially when I walk on the beach too, and they're waterproof and they are leather. I need to give them a bit of a what's the word? It's not tannin. What's the stuff you rub into boots? But I'm putting my hard rubbish out today, so I'll do it after that. Oh yeah, you can buy Blunstons online. I know lots of people in Canada who wear blunnies. They love them. They're really good cold climate boots because they're so snug and waterproof and hardy. Like a good pair of blunnies. I've had these for maybe 2 years and they're still in pretty good nick. But my last pair of blunnies I'd had for like, I got them in 2004, and I only replaced them in 2019. So I had them for like 15 years. But they last. Dubbin, that's the word. Thank you, Ruth. Dubbin. Oh, mink oil. I hope that's not oil of mink, as in the little animal. Dubbin, yeah, I've got some Dubbin. So Blunston, so it's BLUNDSTONE. Blund, so like blunt, but with a D, Blundstone, or one word. And you can order them online. And I know lots of people in Canada who wear them, so I'm sure you can buy them outside of Australia. You have to live in Tassie so they can return if you stray. It was 12 in Brizzy this morning. I almost thought, yeah, you would have sucked in. 12 for us. I still have bare legs when it's 12 degrees. No, I don't. It's only going to get to 14 today, I think. But the sun was out before. There is a little bit of blue sky. If the sun comes out, it'll warm up, but it's going to rain this afternoon, and I'm really happy about that because I'm doing a lot of washing. My house is going to look like a Chinese laundry today because I've got hydronic heating because I'm intelligent, and you can dry everything on the radiators. So my house, all my radiators are going to be covered in washing today. Yeah, they sell them in the UK. I think they're universal, the Blunston boot, but they all have the little Tasmania Australia tag. That you won't look back, honestly, and they are so comfy. That when I go live and I'm cooking, I'm always wearing these. Can't really show them off terribly well, but you don't really need to see the soles of them. But yeah, I cook in them. They're really comfortable. You can wear them all day and you don't stub your toes. They're steel cap. They're really cool. Will the rocker. Hi, beautiful. You don't know me. She's on the site now. I recommend them, Karen. I recommend everyone gets Blunnies. They're great. They last for a long time. They're not cheap, but trust me. How many pairs of boots have you bought that have lasted? What did I say my last pair lasted? I got them in 2004, 2019, 15 years. Yeah, we're back in my thinking spot, Will. Your closest beach is St Kilda. I love St Kilda. Hello, pretty lady. Oh, thank you, Cass. That's sweet. Sorry, I'm not comfortable using your name on YouTube and pretty lady Fitchy. You can call me Tori. It's fine. Everyone knows my name. So a couple of things. One is Sunny had my niece Jemima stayed on Friday night. She's gone vegetarian, so I cooked this unbelievable. Oh my God, it's so good. It's not in the book that I'm cooking on YouTube at the moment, but I made it was like two different types of beans. So it was cannellini and ballotti, the little speckled ones. And they were in a tomato base with heaps of beautiful spices. And there was, onion and garlic and everything. And then on top of it, I made these dumplings that had ricotta in them. No, not ricotta, cottage cheese and a few other ingredients. And I pop them on the top. And then when it cooks, the dumplings turn into like what we call scones with this beautiful spicy bean mix underneath in this tomato. Oh, my God, it was so fucking good. I had it again for dinner last night. I sent Jemima home with a huge bundle of it as well. It was so good. I'll show you guys how to make it. It was so easy and really yummy, and you'd get probably, I think I sent Mem home with 3 serves. I've still got another serve at home, and I had one last night, so that's 5. And then we had 2 helpings the other night, so nearly 10. I mean, you could eat less. It was so yummy, though. We couldn't help ourselves. But, yeah, really good. And it'd freeze really well, really good for packed lunches. Yum, yum, yum. And we just served it with some green beans. Oh, God, it was good. And actually last night I put some Greek yogurt on top just to sort of offset the spice in the beans, and that was really yummy too. Oh, look at Will greeting everyone. My Daisy Roots boots are about 20 years old now. Yeah, just right for kicking AD up the arse. I'm going to highlight that. So true. Hey, AD, don't fuck with me. Look at my boots. I'm going to kick you up the ass with my blunnies. They'll get a bit of dubbing, we'll do a bit of dobbing and dubbing on in the afternoon. Once I put my hard rubbish out into the street. I don't have a lot. I've got a broken volcano, a broken vacuum. I might have a broken volcano. My brain's a bit of a broken volcano this morning. I've got a broken vacuum cleaner. I've got a couple of things that are too big to put into my standard bin, like the the packaging, my blinds came in, and just a few things like bits of metal and stuff that I don't need that are a bit long. I can't put them anywhere because they won't fit in the recycling. So I'm not going to have a giant pile of crap outside my house. That's what I'm trying to see. A couple of chairs. I know I might actually see if I can get. I've got Acapulco chairs. I love them, but they're both unwinding now, and I'm going to see if someone could make covers for them because I love them. I don't want to get rid of them. Yeah, you don't know me. I wear Docs too. I've got 2 pairs of Docs. I've got a black pair and a cherry pair. I love my Docs as well, but I actually wear my Docs to work, to social things. These are more at home in the garden and cooking. So Sunny had Jemima stay, and Jemima was besotted. It's impossible to not become besotted with this cat. She is so fucking divine. And so there was a lot of playing and a lot of attention, and she lapped it all up. And then Mem left yesterday morning, and then I went live about AD and Mad and defending my friend Karen. And then not long after I ended that live, my friend Laura rocked up with her niece Maddie, and then they both were meeting Sunny for the first time. So there was more playtime and attention and smooching and all the rest of it. After they left, she took herself off to my bedroom, got on my bed, and went to sleep at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and stayed there pretty much till I started getting ready for bed. And then I chased her around the house for about 10 minutes and went to bed, and she came and flopped on the bed with me. She was wiped. She had a very big 24 hours. Exactly, Francesca. If you like dogs, you'll love Blennies. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like my dogs, but I reckon my Blennies are way more comfortable and not as heavy. Some days with my dogs, like as much as I love them, some days when I get home, I'm like, oh, my feet, they just feel so heavy. But I don't feel that way with Blennies. They are super comfy, Doc Martens. They are. I just find the soles are heavier on a Doc Marten than they are on a Blunston boot. So although these are really tough and snug, I've got Sunny fur all over my yoga pants. Sunny fur. That's why I wore them. I put them on. I went, I can't wear these to yoga. I'll just do the gardening in them today. They're an old pair, but yeah, sick of the lace. You're total party cat. She is a party animal. She's a social butterfly. Oh my God, she loves meeting people, but she was wiped. It was very cute. I was actually grateful because I've got a book. It's a fiction book, but it's set in Tasmania, and it's a political saga. And a lot of people have said to me, "You've got to read it," because they think it's based on my family. So many, even my sister's read it. She's like, "Tor, just read it, and then we'll talk about it." So I'm keen to read it. But yeah, a lot of people have said they think it's based on my family. Interesting. I'm trying to work out which sister people think I am, because he's got 2 sisters. But if the main character is based on my brother, which it could be, but he's nothing like my brother. He's polar opposite. My brother is a good guy. This guy is evil. So anyway, it'd be interesting to read it and see if I can see the connections that everyone else is seeing. I know, Francesca, it's crazy. It's a book called Bruni. I'll take you guys to Bruni Island one day. It's fun. We go over on a ferry, and it's good fun. It's beautiful too. Lots of things to do. There's lots of places I know to take you guys where we can get different food. I might try and plan that soon, actually. And I might even see if someone wants to come with me. So I've got a trusty sidekick too. But there's like oyster farms. There's a fudge and chocolate factory. There's a place where you can stop and get afternoon teas with like a Devonshire tea, so cups of tea with scones and jam and cream. There's a honey place. There's the Bruni Island Cheese Company, which is amazing. Plus they do beers. There's vineyards. Like we could go on this little gourmet trek around Bruni and sample lots of different foods. I might even book a place down at Bruni and stay the night. And then come home to Sunny the next day, and she'll be like, "Where the fuck have you been?" I mean, we could, well, maybe we'll do a day trip. It'll be a long day trip. I'll have to, every time I get in the car, you guys will have to go, don't forget to plug your phone in and charge it again. But yeah, Bruny would be great fun. Probably would be better if I stayed there, but we could do it in a day. But even getting there from here is like, from here to Kettering, where the ferry leaves, is probably 2 and a bit hours. And then the ferry's only like half an hour max, maybe 20 minutes. And then tootling around on Bruny, plus the drive home. So yeah, it'd be an early start. Be an epic live. I'd probably have to stop and start it a bit. But anyway, I'll try and work it out. You live in Devon, Red Rum. It's great to have you here. So just on the Karen thing, and then I'll finish my coffee and eat my donut and answer any questions if anyone's got any. So Karen let us know that today, I think it was today, I mean, I was going to say overnight, but when I say that, I mean for me. But today for her, a car parked outside her house. There was a woman, a dog, and a small child in the back seat. And they sat outside her house for about half an hour and took photos of her house. Now, yeah, mine are steel cap, Ruth. But they're the ones that aren't are fine too. The steel cap hold their shape. Well, actually, I don't know if I've ever had a pair that don't, so I can't really say that they don't. But yeah, mine are steel caps. So if I stub my toe or kick something by mistake, like AD's head, I won't feel a thing. Yeah, so look, not that we were downplaying it for her, but hoping that maybe it was just somebody that liked her house. But it was a woman with a dog and a small kid in the back seat, and they sat outside her house and took photos of it. She's I'm pretty sure if she hasn't called them, she's going to, but she's also keeping very detailed records, and she's got the registration plate number, so don't worry, she's onto it. That'll be an AD sub taking pics for Bubbles. Hi, HMRC. Thank you so much for your comments too under my live. Thank you. This live is really to say thank you as the kindness of strangers. Karen is overwhelmed at how supportive you're all being, and the fact that you've taken time to comment and fill her in on bits and pieces and let us know more information, and that you're all sharing the video and trying to get the message out there that it's a load of shit. All of that, thank you so much from Karen, and also from me and her other friends who are, worried about her. But yeah, so do you reckon it's a coincidence, guys, or do you think that's a deliberate, that is something to do with AD? I mean, Karen's house is beautiful, and it could potentially be one that, because it's an older style house, so it could be a house that people just take photos of, because, I love looking at old houses. I mean, I don't take photos of them, but hey, Ninja, gang, how you doing, Groover? Have they taken the videos down? Apparently the first one that he did that had my face on it, that one's gone. But I don't know if that's from a privacy strike or he's taken it down. No idea. The one that he then put up and pretended it was alive and it wasn't, everything on there with her details and info is blurred out. And I don't know if that's been done by YouTube or him. Michelle After Dark, on the other hand, is saying she's not going to do a thing about hers unless Karen contacts her directly. And I've tried to be polite on her video, and she's like, I woke up this morning, she's like, I've been kind enough to leave your comments up here trying to attract people over to your channel. And I'm thinking, well, look, it's a bit topical on my channel right now, but the reality is in 2 or 3 months, I'll be back to just going for walks on the beach and drives in the country and taking you on little adventures and doing some cooking and having some panel guests. And a lot of the people that are watching me at the moment because of the AD stuff aren't going to be that interested in my channel in a few weeks. So although I might have got a few new subs because of this, I don't think all of them are going to stick around. It's a great live with Karen Scout. Like, I'd pretty much just asked her to respond to all of the different things that AD and Michelle After Dark are alleging. And I don't know if anyone could actually watch the live I did with Karen and not get to the end of it and realise that they have both barked up the wrong tree and put her and her family in danger by doxing all of her information, putting it all over YouTube. Strange timing. I think it's too strange too, Francesca. I mean, we tried to reassure her, but she's a really smart woman. It's not. I don't think it's a coincidence. I live in an historical home. Folks not only take photos, but sometimes knock and ask for a look-see. Yeah, well, see, I live in a new house that I've built that people love, and I get people knocking on the door wanting a tour of it. And I'm like, maybe not today, especially not today, literally, because not only am I putting hard rubbish outside my house, but I'm also using my house as a laundromat. I'm going to have things drying on every radiator in every room. If she liked the house, why sit outside for 30 minutes? Exactly, Red Rum. Yeah, the surfers are out far today, Will, and the paddle boarders. Just check I didn't miss any comment. His subs are weird in a bad way. Look, Joe, I agree. I mean, I've only dipped my toe into the world of AD and I'm not liking what I'm seeing at all. His subs were actually more concerning in many respects than he was on the live that's no longer up that he did, because they were embellishing what he was saying and they were all buying it and going, yeah. And that's where this whole theory about her being a member of Freemasons and being a group of women who are being red herrings all over YouTube to take the heat off Nicole Kessinger. I mean, it was batshit insane. And then there, it was his subs who was saying that she might have been the one that drove the getaway car and whisked NK away from the scene of the crime in his little red car. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It wasn't kind enough to leave comments. It was kind enough to leave my comments on her channel still, because I'm looking for subscribers and trying to get traffic to my channel. And I'm like, no, Michelle, I'm trying to get you to watch my live and listen to Karen and realize what you are doing is reckless and dangerous. She's deluded. Like, she can't see what she's doing is a problem. Everything I've put up is public. That's irrelevant, bitch. Like, you could Google me and find a heap of shit too. But if you suddenly then do a YouTube video about it and you've got all these minions from channels that are batshit insane and the subscribers are fucking insane as well, it becomes dangerous. Oh, it's public info. That defense won't stick in court, lady. Good luck with that defense. My God. And I don't see how putting information up there like on your channel and inciting hatred, I don't see how that. Oh, sorry, with public information, I don't see how burrowing around in somebody's Facebook and putting up photos of a woman with her grandchildren, even if you blurred their names out. Karen said yesterday they've also put out her son's Twitter, and he's got photos of his kids on that. Like, are you kidding me? Hey, thank you, Red Rum. Oh, Dave, g'day, mate. Oh, Truth Justice, you don't need to send people. I mean, well, unless they're believing mad and they might be open-minded and consider listening to Karen's side of the story, but I'm certainly not looking for subscribers. And like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, it's lovely to get some new ones, but a lot of you guys might find me really boring after the AD stuff fizzles out. I just take people for walks on the beach and do some cooking and hang out. We're a very chill channel, but we've got a great community though. Like, I wouldn't encourage you to leave, because I think a lot of you will find this channel is really lovely and supportive. And you're all lovely and supportive too, which is why I'm thanking you. And you kind of fit here, to be honest. So it'd be lovely if you do stay, but I'm certainly not expecting everyone who's watching me because of the AD stuff to be here in a few months' time. It might be a bit too, I don't know, chill or not dramatic enough for, you know what I mean? So my ciggy went out, sorry. considering I'm very close to quitting, I'm not letting a millimetre of my cigarette go unwasted. It went out halfway through. But thanks for spreading the word. Hey, Anne-Marie, how are you, gorgeous? We really appreciate it, which is really why I did this live, was just to say thank you so much. And the kindness of strangers is always overwhelming. And you guys have been overwhelmingly lovely, so thank you. It's getting really windy up here. It is actually getting a wee bit chilly now. Now the wind is picking up. Let me eat the donut and finish my coffee. For those of you who came late, check out what I'm about to eat. Look at this donut. And I'm eating the florals as well. Oh, we do hate scammers, yes. And Dave noted I'm desperately trying to hook in a scammer so I can do some more scam baiting because I love doing that. It's such a rewarding hobby. I'll show you when I'm halfway through the donut how much yogurt custard is in it. So fill them up. It is food porn. One bite in. This is donut ASMR from a freezing cold beach in Tasmania. It is getting really cold. I'll survive, but the wind has picked up. You can probably see on the water. There's a lot more wind now. I think I've got some sugar and some vanilla on my nose now. I can feel it. It's drizzling in Santa Cruz Mountains, California. That's a beautiful part of California. Oh, sorry, Ruth. Hey, guys, tonight, for those of you who come and hang out while we do cooking, we're doing a pasta dish tonight. I can't remember what's in it, but it sounds delicious. Actually, well, the undertow here isn't too bad at all because it's a really shallow beach. Like a lot of where those surfers are, if they got off their boards, they'd be touching the sand. Like it's very shallow. We're progressing our way through. We've hit custard land. Little flower desperately clinging on. Hang on, I'll eat that now. Flower gone and flower delicious. Look at how my camera zooms in on the donut and blurs out the background. Like, yeah, biscotti's yum. Craving junk food at 1:16 a.m. Holy shit, that's a dilemma. That's a quandary. Although, I'm always fascinated that so many US channels can get food delivered at 2 a.m. from junk food places. That doesn't happen where I am. Pretty pansy. Yeah, there's another little pansy there clinging on for dear life under that giant pile of custard that I'm about to vacuum into my mouth. Honestly, these donuts, they're freshly made this morning. It's still, when I picked it up, was still a little bit warm. Not now, but when I picked it up at the cafe. It's made with love, so there's no calories in it, right? Okay. Second pansy just got devoured. Hey, Red Rum True Crime, are you anything to do with Red Rum Media? There's a person on in the true crime community called Red Rum Media. Oh, thanks, Will. Last mouthful. Don't quit donuts, Dave. Donuts are alive. No, it's not you. I like the name Red Rum. It's cool. Doesn't happen where I'm in the US. Most places are closed by 9. I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's good that you can order McDonald's or KFC or whatever at 2 in the morning. It's bad enough you can order them during daylight hours. That's the next scandal I'll get caught up in. It'll be traces of nuts versus fast food not media outlets, fast food outlets. Traces of nuts slams McDonald's. Oh no. And suddenly I'll have all these anti-McDonald's subscribers, and Mad will be like, I'm not talking to anyone unless the owner of McDonald's contacts me directly on my email. Well, Karen's not going to contact her. Dear Michelle, thank you for putting every bit of information about my family other than my address, but you still put the town where I live and my full name, not hard to find me, out on YouTube. Let's have a chat. Are you fucking insane, Michelle? Seriously. How can people do stuff like that but not contemplate what it would be like if the shoe was on the other foot? If it was them that this crap was happening to? Like if AD was getting his shit put all over YouTube, well, he has been. Or, I mean, but let's not even use AD, because at the end of the day, Karen is not a YouTube creator. She hasn't even been on YouTube since 2019. The only reason she's been back on YouTube on my panel yesterday was to defend herself. But what would he do if one of his loyal little minion subs who does all of his research for him and everything else was suddenly having their shit blasted out there? Can you imagine the outcry? Can you imagine all the lives he'd be doing and all his little spin-off channels he'd be doing and the mission they would all have to hunt down and kill that person? Like, can you imagine? So how can they do it and not think it's like... It's surprising that the person they're doing it to is a bit pissed off and would like her name cleared and her personal information taken off of their fucking channels. My lawyer taught me not long ago not to throw stones. Well, see, here's the problem. I'm a lawyer and I give myself really bad advice. No, fuck it. I've got nothing to lose. I spent too many years, the last 3 years on YouTube, being scared of ramifications of speaking up for people. And I do it in my real life. I work in an area of law with a lot of advocacy. And so it's a real quandary for me to be very vocal in my real world. Pardon me, I just burped. That was the donut. But, I'm very vocal in the real world about bringing about legislative changes where I think people are being ripped off because the legislation hasn't moved with the times. So I can't be advocating in my real life and not do it on YouTube. And for a long time, I was scared of the ramifications or wanting to protect people that I care about. And I still do want to protect people that I care about. But I also realise that at the end of the day, it's not okay for people to just be allowed to do this and nobody responds out of fear. So, yeah, I don't know if I've turned into this little toughie that I've never been, because I'm a highly sensitive person, as most of you know. But, yeah, I don't know whether I'm just at a point in my life where I've run out of fucks to give and I'm not going to be told by people who are doing reprehensible things on YouTube that I'm out of line for speaking up against them. My coffee, the last of my coffee is now an iced coffee. It's still delicious, but... So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't throw stones. I wouldn't go live and just start slamming someone for no reason. I'm smart enough to not do that. But I'm not smart enough to zip my lip and not say anything, especially when it's a friend of mine. The tiger in me came out. Definitely a couple of nuggets short of a Happy Meal. It's the strangest theory on the planet. Indeed. Okay, guys, let's go for a stroll on the beach. I'm going to head home. Look over here. Blue skies shining at me. And then we go over here. Storm clouds coming my way. And then we go along here and it's like almost a celestial array and display with the blue then turning into shades of grey. And then over here, blue skies shining at, like, no, what is it? It's not shining at me. It's nothing but blue skies do I see. I mean, look at it. That's like, welcome to my life. We're strolling in the English countryside. Although that house up ahead is a bit kind of more Swiss, I think. That sort of architecture. You probably can't really see it. It's behind the trees. And then I do this. And it's like, welcome to Tasmania, where my butt is a bit frozen. I didn't save you any donuts, Dave. Not one. Sorry. As motherfucking Lynette says on her channel, why can't she come back? Sorry, not sorry. Thanks, Red Rum. Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, it's YouTube. I mean, worst case scenario, if my life became a bit of a nightmare because I spoke up, I'd just go live and say, hey, guys, my life is becoming a bit of a nightmare because I spoke up. And all of you lovely guys who are saying to Karen, you know, we've got your back and we'll help get the word out there that Michelle's wrong and all of that sort of stuff, you'd do the same thing, right? Or I'd come onto my channel and I'd go, guys, my life's getting a bit crazy because I spoke up about a lot of bullshit on YouTube. I'm going to have a little breather. See you when I return. Or, guys, this is too much. I've had enough. Over and out. It doesn't take much to make me sing Aussie. And don't I sing beautifully? I get it all the time on my chat. More singing, Tori, they say. Please keep singing. Your singing is so good. We love your songs. I hear it every day. Joking. But yeah, I'm speaking up, especially when it's somebody who I know personally and who I care about a lot. And fuck with my friends. My friends are my family, and the little tiger in me isn't that scary. But if the little tiger in me came out, I mean, you guys who've been watching me for a long time laugh like crazy when I'm being angry because my angry is like most people's being funny. I'm not a very scary, angry person. Will, you're being very kind, and you shouldn't be. Not about my singing, at least. But thank you, gorgeous. I'm not singing Kookaburra. You mean Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree? God, no. I'm not busting out a cliche Australian tune. Sorry. Besides, Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree is meant to be sung in a round. So unless some of you want to jump up on my panel and sing along with me, I'm not doing it. I mean, you can sing it on your own. Got a pretty full car park today, guys. As always, lots of vans and surfboards. It's pretty much the standard sight of the car park. I've got to be a bit careful, guys. It's a bit wet. It's rained overnight, and it's a bit muddy. And I am scrambling down the side of a cliff in a very ungainly fashion. I have fallen in this very spot before. Some of you remember that. Thought it was hilarious. How you laughed at my expense. And I laughed along with you. But I'm not reading chat at the moment because I'm focusing on not breaking my leg. All right. Or my ankle. Or my pride. Okay. Here we go. We made it. Good thing you have those badass boots on. Yeah, don't go over. See, Aussie remembers. Mel remembers too. I'm really clumsy, so I don't even know why I go live walking because it's like 90% likely I'll fall over or trip. Prayers for safety. Oh my God. How long have I been live? An hour and 15. Way too long. All right, gorillas. Let's. Hey, here's Barry. Yeah, Barry. Bazza. You're all fluffed up in your winter coat. You're looking good, mate. Yeah, it is steep. That's all we've just walked down. It is steep. Bazza, look how pretty that is, guys. The bluff and the blue sky and the cloud. So those of you new to my channel, there's an ongoing soap opera about this little seagull here who's called Barry. Now, Barry is in love with another seagull called Sharon. So it's Bazza and Shazza. Bazza loves Shazza and he spends a lot of time preening and washing himself and looking good for her. She ignores him. She plays hard to get. She's a shameless flirt. She's actually got the hots for another female seagull called Kazza. The problem is Kazza is actually a straight female seagull who's got the hots for a dude called Darren. Dazza. Now, Dazza doesn't know Kazza exists. Dazza, hang on, have I got this wrong? Have I just thrown in an unexpected lesbian plot twist? Look, in any event, there's 4 seagulls. No, sorry. So Bazza loves Shazza. Shazza loves Dazza, but Dazza loves Kazza. And Kazza also loves Bazza. But so, yeah, they're all 4 of them are loving the wrong ones. But Shazza is the slut of the group. No doubt about it. And call me a slut shamer. Bring it on. She's a slut. I'm not shaming her. I'm just telling you as it is. So there's Bazza. We'll just come over and say good day to him. Baz, looking good on the rock, mate. You're looking good, Groover. How you doing? You're back on YouTube again. Look how close. I'm only a metre away. He looks further away to you guys. I could not quite touch him, but and this stuff right here is why I love it. This has been going on since 2018. Bazza, where is that slag? Where's Shaz? Seriously, mate, Kazza loves you. Why can't you see it? She's a good girl. Dazza's hot on her trail, mate. You'll miss the boat. See if we can spot Shazza on the walk home. Lots of shells. See, there's been some pretty rough oceans overnight. Rain and, I mean, this is as rough as the damage gets usually. Oh, sometimes it's a bit more apparent, but yeah. So we had a really rough, it was beautiful curled up in bed last night with the window slightly open, listening to ocean going nuts. Yeah, I got very close to Bazza. He was thinking I had some donut left, I think. Boy, was he wrong. He and Dave Larson need to go and sit in a corner and drink beer and cry. That's what needs to happen with him. Clearly, yeah, Kazza is a sweet seagull. Clearly, he's a bit of a loner. He's a bit of a loser, Barry. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, right? Look at this gorgeous dog. Hello, beautiful. Hello. Oh. Any sea glass? No, we don't get sea glass here. This beach is pretty interesting. Like, there's not a lot of litter here. There are some community groups that do cleanups and stuff, but there's also a rule of the beach in Australia and in other parts of the world, in some of the beaches I've been to, that you always take 3 pieces of rubbish home with you if you see anything. But no, there's no sea glass, which is created by bottles and bits of ceramics and stuff ending up in the ocean, I believe. There are some beaches in Tasmania where you might find it, but pretty much out there on the horizon, that's the ocean. And I think things like bottles and stuff are more likely to be in more sheltered beaches, sheltered coves, lakes. I used to find sea glass on the beach where I grew up, which is south of Hobart. I might take you guys there one day too, down to Kingston Beach. We used to find a bit of sea glass there. But even rifling through mounds of, these are all shells, teeny tiny ones. Oh, you're out of here, Will? Thank you so much for dropping in, mate, and I'll check out your photos later. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. But yeah, even if you sort of went rummaging and combing through all the shells that wash up, it's very unlikely you'll find any glass or plastic anywhere. It's very clean. Tassie's a very clean place. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got litter like anywhere else, but nothing like, when I was in Hawaii, it broke my heart. Down on the beaches, the amount of plastic. I'm trying to find a piece of glass or plastic to prove me wrong, and I can't see anything. Because I'm more than happy to go, oh, look, guys, I found some plastic, but nope. These are one of my favourite shells. These little stripy blue ones. And they're gorgeous. We get heaps of them here. But blue's my favourite colour. And I love stripes. I'm actually wearing a stripy top. But yeah, these are one of my favourite shells. And this beach has, you get variations of them. I've been rummaging in the garden. My fingernails are filthy. Now someone's going to go, you can't rub your fingernails. Get over it. I did wash my hands before I left the house, but. So, yeah, there's lots of different types of shells. I'll just put that little stripy one back, but they're my favourite. One of my favourite. But, yeah, and there's heaps of piles of shells along the beach, a lot further than usual too. Some of you would know shells are usually all around the bluff, but all of this it looks like dark sand. It's actually shells. Heaps of shells. Even little teeny tiny ones. Like really tiny ones. But can't see any glass, any plastic, any rubbish at all. And this is all coming from the ocean. Thousands and thousands and thousands. What I'm walking on is all shells. Pretty cute, huh? Oh, thank you, Scout. Oh, my niece Jemima said to me the other night, she's a sweetheart. She said, Auntie Tora, I used to fall asleep listening to your Smooth Criminal podcast. And she said, I'm listening to replays now. And I was like, oh, gorgeous. I've got so many episodes I've researched. I need to write them. So I am going to start putting, I'm going to do another season of episodes for Smooth Criminal. In fact, I've got a lot on my plate today in terms of things I want to do. But if I get time today, I might actually record one. But if not, I'll do it tomorrow. Because I'm going to cook tonight. I've got to record my weekly Traces of Sleepy Faces bedtime story for adults. And Oh, I've got to do another characters of YouTube video. I knew there was another thing, and the Smooth Criminal podcast episode. So I've got a bit to do. But she's inspired me to do another season of Smooth Criminal. So that'll be fun. I've actually missed doing it, and I've got lots and lots and lots of, I think I've got about 200 themes I've researched. I've just got to write them. No, that podcast is actually on, I'm on a podcast platform called Acast, which is one of the biggest podcasting platforms in the world. I was on an independent one called Pippa, and they got bought by Acast. So I've ended up on this like massive podcasting platform purely because I opted to go with, I like independent small things. So yeah, I went with this sort of small podcasting platform to support them, and then they got bought by Acast, which is awesome. But now I'm on this platform with like some of the biggest podcasts in the world. It's a bit mind-blowing. And it, what's the word? When I upload my podcast, it gets uploaded to all kinds of podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Castbox, like all sorts. The only one I'm not on is Spotify, because Spotify charge you. And I think I was able to have like 3 episodes up there for free, and then they were like, pay us for storage. And I was like, get fucked, I'm already paying Acast and have been paying Acast $40 a month for the last 2 years. I do have the option for a Patreon to help it grow a little bit. I haven't really proactively tried to grow it, and it was a lot of work. But now they've got Patreon, I'm thinking, well, maybe that's something I could consider doing just to help with the costs of it a little bit, but also in terms of helping it grow. You get a lot of benefit from being a Patreon, like having a Patreon when you're doing something creative. I wouldn't do Patreon for this channel. But for my podcast, in terms of the work that I'm putting in, there might be some people that listen to it who want to help it grow. So, but I've got to do a lot of reading and see if it's something I want to do. YouTube's made Patreon such a dirty word. But when I first started listening to podcasts years ago, Patreon was how they all grew. And I was a Patreon for My Favourite Murder, which became a massive podcast. And it feels good to be supporting creators and creative people and helping get their podcasts out there. So, and I've been in Patreon for a couple of other podcasts, little startup ones as well. So, yeah, something to look into. You've listened to me before. The bedtime stories are on this channel, yes. You're on the Jersey Shore today. Golf balls, cigarette butts, and all. Oh no, that's so depressing, Karen. Look, I don't listen to MFM anymore. I used to. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I think they got too big, and also their episodes got too long. And then The Australian, which is a newspaper in Australia, they started putting out podcasts that was so good. So good. You've got to watch one. Or listen to one called Teacher's Pet. They were really, really high quality, beautifully researched, and like proper podcasts. The thing with MFM that annoyed me after a while was I really didn't like Georgia, and I was like, let me be on there with Karen, because Karen and I are like, our stand-up comedy, everything we're like, we cut from the same cloth. Irish heritage, all of it. And Georgia, I used to enjoy heckling her, but it got to a point where she actually, I don't know, I was 100% Team Karen on My Favourite Murder. Good night, Red Rum. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. We really, really appreciate it. I love your message from Michelle too. Red Rum, you're going to enjoy it here if you stick around. We're a happy little community and we have a lot of laughs, and you are a perfect fit. Oh, it's so beautiful down here, guys. Today, like that blue sky, and the sun's actually just up there. So I'd like to try and stay live at least till the sun comes out so you can see this beach bathed in sunshine. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I love listening to podcasts too. Remember to have a rest, cuz, so you don't get... Thank you. Oh, Will's just sent me through 5 photos he took of the beach from the bluff. God, he's cute. Thanks, Will. Remember to have a rest so you don't get burnt out. I won't burn out. And look at the little love hearts for Sunny too. No, I won't burn out. I love doing it. The biggest quandary I've got with it is I don't like sitting at a computer for half a day. That's the issue I've got. I actually love doing all the recording and producing and writing. I love the writing, actually, especially for the podcast. The issue I've got is I'm sitting at a computer when I'm like, I need to be planting trees in the garden and chasing Sunny around the house and sorting out that basket of washing and put it away, you know, all that sort of stuff. That's the issue I really have with it. But in terms of relaxing, I love it. It's just the screen time side of it pisses me off a bit. But anyway, if you're going to be online, that's what you've got to do, right? And I'm really good with technology. It doesn't frazzle me. You have a wonderful, blessed day too. Well, I know you've gone, but you just sent me a message saying that you're cute as. Once they expanded into their own network. You have a crush on Karen? Yeah, I fully get that. She's awesome. She's awesome. And what do you think about Sword and Scale? I do not know Sword and Scale. Look at all the yellow hearts for Sunny. I tell her that everyone loves her on YouTube, and she's like, yeah, duh. I do need a secretary. I do. In my real life and in my personal life. I've got a CA who's a really good assistant for certain things, but they're not like your old-fashioned secretary that you could just say, can you check this, do that, do that. And I used to have a great secretary. We were such a good team. I loved it a bit. And I knew how to do my own secretarial work too. I didn't rely on her for everything. But I'm adjusting to sort of filling that gap. There's some stuff that lawyers, like we're under pressure to do billable work, but then there's also things we've got to do we can't bill for. And a secretary would normally fill that gap a little bit. So it's up to me to get my CA doing more of that stuff, really. And she will. She's awesome. I've got a brilliant CA. I love her. I'm just finding another little spot to sit because I really don't want to leave till the sun comes up. God, my fingers are filthy. That was because I was rummaging in the dirt when we were sitting up on the bluff. I love dirt. I don't eat it. I just like the feel of it. Check it out. All right, I'll add it to my list. I don't know when I'll get time. That's the problem too with me at the moment is so many things I want to do, so little time. And see, I used to listen to a heap of podcasts, and then I discovered YouTube, and I kind of started listening to YouTube channels instead of podcasts. And then I started listening to Trainwreck YouTube channels instead of anything else. And then I was like, stop listening to these whinging, whining, bitching, screaming, hollering, squawking women. So I've done the full circle. Because for a while there, I'd have YouTubers on and they would literally just be bitching about other people, and I'd be pottering around the house and getting heaps of stuff done. And then I'd be like, oh my God, that person's still crapping on 3 hours later. And I could have actually been listening to something educational or interesting or relevant to my world. I don't know if you can see the eastern shore, but the sun is touching the hills over there now. They're starting to light up. It's so pretty. They've got this sort of dark water It does get you down, yes. I'm so worried about a lot of people's mental health. There are people that have been doing the same thing and listening to it, but they haven't stopped. Like, fortunately for me, I check in on my mental health every now and then and do a bit of a scan and go, what's making you feel a bit sad today? Or what's inspired you today? And luckily for me, I was like, well, YouTube ain't inspiring me at all. But there are other people, I think, that are just so caught up in it now and so invested in it that they feel like if they don't watch and listen to every single live, they're going to miss out some crucial bit of information that they've been waiting to hear for like the last 3 years. You know, they've got that fear of missing out and they just have to tune in case something incredible happens. And when I say incredible, like, I don't know, some dramatic moment or realization, and God forbid they miss it and they weren't there to say, I was there when that happened. That's honestly how I feel about the people that can't turn it off. I loved working in the greenhouse during the winter, the smell of dirt and seeing plant and flowers good for exactly. And like, yeah, I don't know what it is. I just like having a little bit of, it's like a worry bead for me, soil. I just like having it in my hand and turning it over and looking at all the little elements that make it up, and just the dampness and the smell of it is so organic and fresh. And when it's been raining, it's extra. I mean, I don't play with dirt on a daily basis, guys. But I just, when I'm sitting up on that spot, there was some loose soil and I don't know. I'm very tactile. I guess I like the different textures of nature, and soil is a good one. Hey, Emily. The sky is beautiful, but if you want to see something really pretty, rewind this live and check out the donut I ate. That was pretty. I've seen so many meltdowns here, so sad. Yeah, I mean, a meltdown isn't enjoyable viewing at all. Train wreck, yes. Meltdown, no. But where are the people in their real lives saying to them, you know, this is really bad for you. You need to get off here. Like, where are the people when they reach that point that it becomes their reality's blurred with YouTube and they can't separate the two? Where are the people sort of reminding them that YouTube is just a social media platform, and if it's troubling them to get off it, you know what I mean? Like, instead you just see a heap of their subscribers and followers encouraging it, you know, and egging it on. That's back to my be kind thing. Like, everyone just needs to be kind. And if you are a sub and you're watching somebody that you care about and you're concerned about them, you know, don't sort of put something in chat, because quite often, A, they won't see it, or B, if they're really upset, they'll see it and they'll be defensive about it. But maybe see if you can contact them in an email and just reach out to them and say, you know, I've been following you for a long time. You've used to be so much fun and you seem to be getting way too affected by this, you know, and suggest that they have a breather from it. Or, you know, like, we can all be a lot kinder. I mean, I'd love it if you guys tuned into me and I was saying and doing all this weird stuff that was indicating I was about to have a meltdown. I'd expect you guys to say something. And if I was just having a wonky day, I'd be like, guys, I'm genuinely, I'm fine, because I do, like I said, I do check in. I've had to learn how to live with anxiety for the first time in my life at age 52. So I'm very mindful about my mental health and what corporate burnout did to me, and anxiety, living with anxiety. But if I'm genuinely okay, I'll say, guys, I'm just in a bit of a weird mood today. But if I was showing those signs and you guys were saying, Tor, you probably need a break, I'd take that advice seriously. But it's how you say it to people and when. Like, there's no point yelling at a creator when they're fired up about something in their chat and sort of telling them to calm down and get offline. They're not going to listen to you then. It's not like the olden days when our parents would say, go to your room, you obnoxious little shithead, and off we'd go and we'd chill out and then come out and have a rational discussion with them. But maybe we should go back to that. I don't know. I agree. I think it is an addiction for many, but that could be said of me because I go live not every day of the week, but I do go live a lot and I do videos but I love it. It's a really enjoyable creative outlet. And since getting my channel to 1,000, like I've got this, I'm re-energized. I'm having fun. Oh, you planted heaps of trees. Lovely. See, Emily can't wait to get her hands dirty. She understands. It was a beautiful donut. I watch so much on YouTube. Time Team, Miss Marple, the volcano. And I watch the volcano in Iceland too. Yes, and TED Talks. You have a troll name? Deem so, but well, giddy up. You don't know me. Fucking hell. I hate that people just using non-standard names on YouTube are instantly a troll. Like, no, they just see the crap that happens on YouTube and they don't want you accessing their details. Full stop. Being outside, it grounds you, definitely heals up mind, body, and soul. So good for mental health, especially when gardening and getting out in nature. True, and there's nothing more rewarding than planting something and seeing it grow. I agree. TED Talks are fuel for the soul. I doubt it, Cass, because I don't talk to a lot of my YouTube's nothing like the crazy channels that all scream and yell at each other, but a lot of my real life friends just wouldn't understand YouTube. But then they're, incredibly active on Facebook and I'm not. So I'd say to them, well, how you treat Facebook is how I treat YouTube. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I see on YouTube. I wouldn't even try to talk to my friends about it. They'd look at me like I was insane. I know you would, Ozzy. Thanks, gorgeous. TED Talks are good to listen to. They certainly inspire you to think about topics, and I don't always agree with them. I've seen some TED Talks recently where I'm like, I don't know about that lady, or no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's right, or that's an interesting perspective, but it's kind of harmful. Like I've been quite not critical, but I'm critically thinking, I guess, when I listen to them. I don't take a TED Talk as being gospel just because it's become a TED Talk. Yeah, here come the ponies. Exactly, starting plants from seed. Although my little chain of hearts succulent, it only had 3 tiny little love heart petals when I got it, and it's got 2 strands, and one of them's about 25 centimeters long now. And I mean, I didn't get it from seed, but it's my pride and joy. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Veruca. How you doing, girls? Oh, well, keep working on your patio, Crystal. All right. I'm going to sign off, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And, yeah, there'll be a lot of content coming from me in the next week. I'll be scheduling it across the week. I've got my boss down for 2 days this week. And it's only a 2-day week for me this week as well. So you may not be seeing anything live from me for a few days, but there'll be lots of content that I'll schedule. As usual, I will be cooking tonight if anyone wants to come and hang in the kitchen. We're doing a Yoshimotolengi pasta dish, but I can't remember which one I'm doing. I just feel like making pasta tonight. I'm not making the pasta, though. I'm cheating. He's all for cheating with this one, so we're cheating. And so, yeah, come and hang with me in the kitchen tonight if you want. For Australians, it's before MasterChef. We'll be finished before MasterChef. So if you're following that, I'm not going to interfere with your Sunday night viewing. I'm watching MasterChef, so that's why I will be ending it. Tomorrow night or tomorrow midday, the next Traces of Sleepy Faces, Chapter 3 will be going up, another bedtime story for adults. Look out for the first episode of Season 3 of Smooth Criminal Podcast. Hopefully that'll be out on Wednesday morning on my other channel. But I'll upload it to this channel too the next day. But I'd like people to start. I'd like to get my Smooth Criminal channel moving as well because I love that. And I'll be doing any scam baiting this year will be happening on that channel, not this one. And oh, and I've also got another Characters of YouTube coming out in the next few days. So look out for that too. That's the mystery dude. See you in the kitchen, Veruca. Yeah, we're doing a really yummy sounding pasta. It's all creamy and wintry, and it's got panko breadcrumbs like toasted on top of it and all sorts of stuff. Sounds really good. It's another vegetarian one. Thank you, Scout. Yes, please subscribe to my other channel because there will be content going up on there again very soon. And other than that, have fun. Thank you. Oh, no, not other than that. One last thing, last but not least. I just want to say once again too, I'd really like to say thank you, not just from me, but on behalf of my friend Karen in particular, to the people that have come to my channel and put really lovely comments under my lives, defending Karen and giving her a chance to tell her side of the story. We really appreciate it. The kindness of strangers is very heartwarming, and you guys have poured so much love onto her via my channel. And also thank you too for the work you're doing out and about on YouTube, not only sharing Karen's story, but also trying to point out to people that Armchair Detective and Michelle After Dark have barked up the wrong tree and everyone should ignore what they've said. And hopefully, ultimately, all of their potentially dangerous and very reckless videos and content will come off YouTube because they have thrown a very innocent woman under the bus, and they owe her a massive apology. I already know that's not going to come, but thank you to everyone who has rallied around to support Karen and get her story out there. We really appreciate it. So that's it, Groovers. Love you guys. You know that. And I feel very, very blessed to be part of this beautiful little community on this channel. I swear to God, guys, if you lived within an hour's drive of me, I'd be delivering you one of those donuts right now. That's how much I love you. See you all again very soon. And yeah, lots of love to Sunny Girl too. Thank you, Scout. Love you guys. See you again soon.